Hello friends. A nice day. As of today, we have reached 10,000 subscribers, friends. Thank you all for their support. I will try to offer you the best videos. Now don't look at the weather, that the weather is beautiful, friends, at least in our village. This is after May 15, after 20. It has the air in which we can sow our tomatoes and peppers. When we planted earlier, friends can hit cold here. I also bought tomatoes in my greenhouse. In some regions, tomatoes, pepper, then eggplant, cucumbers began to be planted. The biggest problem in this period is the biggest problem, friends, Kalfa. Cape of Veal is actually one of the most beautiful animals in the world. One of the most useful and harmful animals is, friends, Dana's nose has a benefit like this. It provides the soil to take off, just like mole. People now. He chose everything easy. They're doing the medicine, friends. I'm telling the drug especially for the nerves of the beef. They mix dandruff and poisonous, friends. They throw them into all the corners of the gardens or where the beef nose around. Okay, they're throwing it, but it's not just the nose of the beef. The ants are affected, then the birds are affected. Or the hungry cat may eat dogs. These are all poisoning. Unfortunately they die, friends. Now with a few measures we will take, we can get close to 100% of Dana's nose. The struggle we're going to do now is the Caliph of Dana. Full sowing time. As I said too. Early, but for us, a lot of friends started bread in my mortar. The reason why the beef nose is the biggest friend is, friends, it is due to the fertilizer we throw in our garden. She loves the beef fertilizer, especially if it is thrown into the direct garden taken under this fertilizer animal, that is, if it is not fully dry or burned. They love fertilizer with him in such an incredibly way, because in the next stage, they're laying on them, friends. The beef nose comes out in 2 or 3 stages. So very good with fertilizer. As I said, they love fertilizer. Also H fertilizer. Very dangerous, friends, for our land. Because you take it under the animal, there is urine that does not dry out, and the urine of the animal, that urine in the garden. He sucks beautifully, friends. Salty, ammonia. After that, there is a harm in the garden. So what do we have to do? We need to throw the fertilizer into our garden as the best dried up and burned. It will definitely come to the beef nose. I solved the problem of the beef nose like this. I have been doing this for 10 years, 12 years. Previously, there were hobby gardens opened by the Metropolitan Municipality for elders. We were sowing our mother there. It was an incredibly crowded garden, and there are incredibly side-by-side gardens. Because you can't say anything to people, side-by-side gardens. Someone throws the H fertilizer, one of them in another way. Drop irrigation opens until the morning. In other words, the soil needs to be moist, so that the soil needs to be watery, so that the soil can take better. I have been trying not to use medicine for years. I don't even use it. My worst medicine is my vinegar, friends. I use vinegar, so on aphids. So I too. What was the biggest problem of seedlings when we planted seedlings? We were sowing the seedlings. 1 day later, 2 days later, I will show him closely. The seedlings were cut right above the root. Friends, we have pipettes used by children. What do these pipes do? Now I will show them. Look, I take these pipes in 2. This is not too expensive. You will use it for a long time, friends. I told a few friends this method. They were planting too much. They said they had achieved extremely perfect, successful results. Now I have prepared one of them before. I will show it. The thickness of the pane has several kinds of friends. These are thick. I have examined. The peppers are not that thick. So something can be done. I can use more examinations in peppers. Now it will make you hard in the first place. Look, that. I spent the pipette here, friends. Then, I will remove this a little bit like this, because the parts of the calf's nose cuts these around these friends. The nose of the beef is cut beautifully from the bottom of the soil, i.e. half a centimeter. Bon appetit, friends. Look, our application is very simple. We buy by petty. You can divide this into 3. Let's divide it into 3. Then we cut the pipette in the middle of the friends. Let's pay attention to our hands. This is the case. Look. Then, after our seedlings thickened a little, the beef nose cannot harm them again, but in this stage, friends. Unfortunately, it eats them beautifully. 100% solution, friends, I highly recommend. There's something, a little bit of something, but at least your seedlings remain intact. Now, friends, body. This pet is separated because we divide it in 2 as the body of the tomato develops. It comes from here when it develops like this. Or you can remove it in yourself after 15-20 days. Now let me show you the sowing on the soil by pulling it even more closely. Friends, our materials. Thick pipette. After that, to cut scissors or a sharp knife. Then of course, we need to have seedlings. Seedlings can be pepper seedlings, can be tomato seedlings, or you can apply this method in the same way in other seedlings you may think of. The method is very simple, very effective, 100% solution, friends. As I said, I have been using this method for 10-12 years. It may probably be in my own invention. I haven't seen it anywhere, friends. Desperation, unfortunately, people to some inventions. Is referring. This is a method I have developed for my own plants. Some friends' roots. They're wrapping leaves, cherry leaf or walnut leaf. For example, I can't wrap walnut leaves here, friends. From where? Because my walnuts. It starts to explode from May. I don't have a walnut leaf right now. That's why I'm the method I'm going to apply. Look. The root remains. I opened a drop of water. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim is difficult to say with one hand. Let me show you the application for you immediately. Look at this. Friends, I claim that Dana cannot cut it if it brings it to its family. Really 100% solution, 100% success. Since I use this method in this way, no beef nose cut my tomato. He neither cut my peppers nor cut another ransom, friends. If I have 100 seedlings, 90-9 maybe one of them may be accidentally dried. So it stays firmly. This method can be used very well in places with beef nose. I strongly recommend it. I showed my tomatoes in previous videos. One of the 500 or 600 grams comes up more or less. So we'll track tomatoes. Look, these drop irrigation has an irrigation system in 20-5 centimeters, as you can see there. I do these by jumping one. So what's going on? I'm sowing a tomato 50 centimeter. Look, I'm going to show a little distance again, but at least you will understand. Look, friends, as you can see, there is no problem, friends. Maybe like I said, I divided it in two. You can divide it into three, but especially the parts of the beef nose, friends, after standing in this soil. It only works from half a centimeter area under the soil and cuts it up, friends. Or he's throwing a tooth. After throwing the teeth, the hunchback parts of them are damaged as in the trees. We have to sow again. Look at this, very simple. Let it remain at least 5 to 6 inches under the soil, As I said, this time, as friends develop, it opens. Look, there's one more. I will show you with him. This is smaller. Let me show you cut it again. You can use it every year. As I said, it is useful. Nothing happens. If you keep well. See, you always use it. When you prepare this once, friends are easier next year. At least you won't cut it. We pay attention to our hands. After that, see here. You will open up and you will have a friend with you, or you have a spouse or your child. You put the body of the seedlings here and leave it. This closes it anyway. At least as I said, look around there. Let those leaves be damaged, no problem. That, you can even take its roots while sowing this lightly. It releases better. Look, it has already started to take root. After you have tried this application in the gardens with beef nose, you will have 100% result. You will see. I hope it is a useful video for you. As I said, there would be a definite solution against your nose. These. You don't need to get it. As it grows, it opens, comes out, expands. Or 15-20 days later, they will be well thickened. Then beef noses cannot cut them, friends, from here. He's looking for something else that can cut. It costs you at most 5 pounds or 6 liras. Friends, connected to the pipe you will get. At least 50 comes out of the time you buy a pipette. If you divide it into 3, it will make 150. 150 seedlings are enough for the seedlings. You get 2 pipettes. So 100. 300 when it divides it into 3. It costs you at most 5 pounds and 10 pounds. As I said a little bit, what's our problem in the first place? We divide them into 3, divide them in half and pass them into seedlings. It takes your time too, but at least as I said. You will see that it is an incredible solution, friends. These beautiful sapling seedlings will not be destroyed by the nose of the veal in any way. And plus, friends, you will not ruin this beautiful garden by throwing medicine. You will not spray. Because with the rainfall, these medications are friends with friends. These will be absorbed by the earth. Later, it can be mixed with groundwater over time. Then our animals again, and we drink them with pleasure. After that, our immune systems are absolutely not working straight. There are problems and so on, friends, with you in today's video. How can we solve the beef nose problem? I hope I show you an application about it. There is no beef in your garden, but if it is not a definite remedy, friends. This is an application I have shown. Our farmer friends have developed something like this. Let's say I developed this myself. I have been using it for years as much as I can. I haven't seen any harm. On the contrary, I saw a lot of benefits. I believe you will see the benefit. Everything is not a medicine first, friends. It is necessary to investigate. There is a mole. She has a beef nose, throw medicine. What happens after that? In the slightest epidemic, all the nation is falling out. Immune systems are finished. It's all over. We live with medication. So first let's use as natural methods as possible, friends. If we cannot solve it by natural methods, then the most, but as the last alternative, maybe very low doses of drugs can be used. He is the Ministry of Health. The drugs approved by the Ministry of Agriculture are friends. As I said, these drugs don't just destroy Darina. There are thousands of animals in the vicinity. There are plants. All of them have indirect and direct damages. The medicine I threw here, the drug, may be the effect of rain, those drugs gathered in a pit there. The bee doesn't drink from bad water, but think you're drinking or think about it falling into the water. Friends to die. Or the bird will think of what you throw it. The whole weed is eating. It will die, friends. If there are eggs of the bird, 5 or 6 they will die because the offspring will not come out, or if they have pups to feed, they will die. After that, it is a cat, a dog or a cow. This cow is here right now, but some people are throwing more friends to the poison outside. They throw. So friends, as I said, as much as possible, look very simple. 10 pounds of costs to the nose of 100% of the beef, friends. I showed you this. You can use them for 5 or 6 years. In fact, as I said, I wouldn't find it if I had found my pipettes 5 or 6 years ago. Because I just moved here. There was no problem here, the main nose problem. That's why I don't use it. You can use it for a long time because it is plastic. Such an advantage of plastic has a plus for us, friends: do not rot in the soil. Alternatively, you can use walnut leaf. Walnut leaf does not come. You can also use the cherry leaf by wrapping 2 layers. But the most effective method is these, friends. Otherwise you will go to walnut leaf, collect, wrap from a tree. Like a leaf wrap. Waste of time. At least, like I said. Depending on the length of the seedlings, you can divide it into 2 or 3. After that, when you sow it well, it will go to you for a very long time. I wish you all success in your work. Stay with health. Good Ramadan, good holidays. Let's stay at home, stay healthy. Goodbye.